are you on this wonderfully stormy Wednesday here on the East Coast? I have been thinking really long and hard about all this messaging that's being thrown out into the world. I mean, we are so bombarded with this B2B type messaging, and I'm not knocking it because you know what? When I first started in business, I'm going to date myself a little bit here, we didn't have this freemium information. We didn't get to be able to log on to Instagram, get to log on to Pinterest, YouTube. We had none of that, right? We were the MySpace days with the autoplay music and a little glitter in the background, which I don't begrudge that because that's how I learned to code, and I do all my own websites now. So it has its place. But something I've just been thinking about is how so many of us are trying to break into this business to business market or just in business in general, and it's completely overwhelming because it feels like everybody is also throwing out freemium information. I mean, even this live, frankly, is going to go into the interwebs, probably never to be seen again after all of y'all hang up from me here. And I was thinking about it because I've done a really good job of niching down, but not in the way that everyone else talks about, right? You hear the phrase, riches are in the niches, and you got to niche down in order to be successful, but I don't think anyone really talks about this one thing. Okay, it's not earth-shattering, but it is what it is. You have to get so incredibly niched in 4 major areas that I'm going to share with you. You need to get so incredibly niched down that it's terrifingly narrow. So incredibly narrow that you have heart palpitations, that you worry if you're going to be able to get consumers, if you're worried if you're going to be able to pay your bills. You have to get so incredibly narrow in, here's the 4, in your unique serving position, your client avatar, who you're serving, of your product and service, and then also in your expansion of products and services. Here's the thing. I've shared about it past on my Instagram, but I'm getting very specific here. I want you to give me one sentence for each of those. Do not elaborate. Do not offer more. You need to come out the gate with one specific product, serving one very specific person, so terrifyingly specific that you're afraid of alienating everyone, and also one very unique serving position. Let's take me as an example. There's millions of lawyers, millions of us. Not all good. And a lawyer's not a lawyer, right? You know, oftentimes we think, oh, I'll just Google a lawyer and I'll find one. But why is it that I've been able to go into different markets and penetrate and stand out and become the authority go-to? Because I got so incredibly terrifyingly narrow. Let's take, for example, one of my brands, the thelawtog.com. It is a legal resource for photographers. And how did I get so incredibly narrow? 1, unique serving position. I am coming from a position that not only am I an attorney, but I am also someone that has been in the trenches. I've been a photographer as well, so I know what that's like. 2, I'm very specific. There is one key person that I can visualize in my mind from the very beginning when I was trying to penetrate the market of who I was going to serve. And 3, when I first started, I had one contract, one very basic, specific contract so that I could put all of my messaging in behind that, put all of my authority behind that. Now, there's other photography contracts vendors, sure, but you can see it in groups all the time, even now, over 10 years later, because I was very specific and I continue hammering that very narrow niche down of one specific product. Now, here's the thing. There's hundreds of different types of contracts that photographers can use, but I started by selling one basic services contract and branched out from there. Once I was able to corner the market and get the attention and nail my messaging on that, and think about it, it's so easy, especially then I had to fight myself of, but photographers need all these things. But if I had tried to come out the gate saying, hey, photographers, you need all these things, I'm just a lawyer, like, they would not have been enthused and connected with me, and I would not have been able to penetrate the market, penetrate very quickly, and also have quick trajectory growth. So, being really quick to get in and out for you guys here. You need to get terrifyingly narrow on the 4 things again. The product or service you're going to offer. One thing only until you dominate it, then you can add more. And you can use your existing customer base. Your unique serving position. What makes you different? Me? Nose ring, ripped jeans. I'm different than any lawyer. Also been a photographer. I'm in the trenches. I know what it's like. 3, client avatar, getting very specific who they are. Then 4, knowing and testing and getting feedback when it's time to start growing your silo and building up other products or services. So many people are out here And actually, I'll share with you. I've seen it myself under the Rachel Branke brand, where I'm more general. I'll work with different types of businesses. It's not as niche. It smacks in the face of everything that I'm saying to you guys here, but that's because I'm at a place that I'm able to move out. I know when I can expand. If I had started from the very beginning, and guess what? I did try it. In the very beginning, before I started the Law Talk or Fit Legally or my law firm or anything else, I tried to do business consulting under Rachel Branke. I had clients, but it didn't develop authority or a go-to because it didn't follow those 4 very specific things. And again, this is different than what anyone else is teaching you because they say, oh, just pick an industry, just pick a person. No, you need to get so terrifyingly specific that you awake at night with cold sweats that you're not going to be able to attract anyone else. But if you do it properly, you do it consistently, and you keep showing up, you'll become the authority, you'll become the go-to, and you'll be able to quickly grow and move on to that 4th of the formula, add on other products and services, and fully have the business that you envisioned from the very beginning. You just can't start there. All right, guys, have a good one.